my Mugen replica. I should tell you guys, it is a replica. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but I'm just gonna tell you it's a replica. We're giving away the Mugen valve cover, man. If you guys want to get entered for a chance to be able to receive this valve cover, all you gotta do is be on my customer list. We got a brand new sticker design. It's up on the website right now. I'm gonna be having t-shirts coming out soon, so most certainly jump on it if you want it. It's only gonna be up for 2 weeks, man. I'm not running this thing out no month or anything. It's gonna be just a really quick thing. Whoever wins it, I'll be in contact with you and I'll be asking whether or not you want me to paint it. Whatever color it is you want, man, I'll go ahead and spray this thing for you, let the paint cure, package it up, get it sent out to you. So get on the customer list. So today we're gonna be making Lexan windows for Junior's car. It's a real simple process, man. I'm hoping that after today's video, you guys will know how to make Lexan windows for your own car. It's really easy and we're gonna get into it right now. Oh, fail. What are you doing? What are you doing, you little fluff ball? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, little fluffy guy. Oh. Yo, any local subscribers want some puppies?
No, this one's mine.
We have 2 of them.
This one's mine.
Little bugger. We got 2 of them. Hit me up. I want them to go to a good home, man.
Look at him.
This guy is awesome right here too, man. They're both really awesome. These are Toby's puppies, so they're both boys. They're both Chihuahua mixes. Yeah, if anybody's interested in a puppy locally, hit me up, man. But I do want it to go to a good home. Nobody that's got a pit bull that's gonna end up tearing them apart.
Look at him. Right.
Get him. Those are your kids, huh, dude? Are those your 2 sons? Are those your 2 sons? Yeah, we're getting rid of them though. Alright guys, we're pretty close to being set up. Got my extension cord ran out here. This right here is the Lexan that we're going to be using to make the windows. Listen closely to me. Do not use plexiglass, okay? I know a lot of people mention, I hear people say that all the time. Make plexiglass windows, dude. You do not use plexiglass. Lexan is the only thing you want to use to make windows for your car. See that? Lexan, polycarbonate sheet. Anyhow, this is the Lexan that we have. A very large sheet, plenty enough to make all the windows for the car. What I like to do is cut it on top of foam like this. You can find this stuff at Home Depot. I've had this for a while, that's why it looks so gross, but this originally came as a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet, the size of that Lexan. So whenever you buy it, it's pretty big. Through the years, mine has fallen apart, but this will save your life, man, and make it a lot easier to cut things with the jigsaw. Junior! We need power, Junior! What the hell's wrong with you, man?
How are you gonna turn it on if you don't plug it in?
Because I thought you plugged it in, Junior!
Alright, yeah.
Alright, so I cut the Lexan down to some smaller sizes so it's easier to work on. We don't have this big old sheet just sticking off the end. We're cutting 2 windows. That's the reason why I have 2 pieces stacked up here. And they are oversized from the window that we're cutting out, obviously. So I'm screwing the 2 pieces together, so whenever we go to cut this out, we're gonna cut both windows in one time, and with them screwed together, you don't have to worry about the 2 pieces moving around and getting distorted. So now what we're gonna do is we have to make an actual template of the windows. For the most part, the Lexan windows are gonna be the exact same size and shape as the factory windows. And how we're gonna make the template is transfer tape, bro. If you don't know, transfer tape is what you use for whenever you're making stickers. It's just a roll of paper, but it's got an adhesive on the back. And what I'm gonna do is lay this across the window and actually make an outline of the window, and then I'll show you what the next step is once we get that done. Try to cover the whole window if we can. It's all good. Alrighty. Go ahead, show your setup. Take the window away. So we applied the transfer tape to the window, and then I just used a pencil. I went around the edge and just marked the edge of the window, peeled the transfer tape up, and then we stuck it directly onto our material that we're cutting out. And that's the reason why I like using transfer tape, because it's like a big sticker, bro. So now it's stuck on there, and I have my line exactly where it is I need to cut. Now, if you guys don't have access to transfer tape, I completely understand that. You can use paper, whatever it is that you can get to cover the window and not move and just get an outline around it. If you're to use paper, you can use a spray adhesive on the back side of the paper and then just apply it to the material the same way we did here, just using spray adhesive, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to worry about it being on the Lexan because it does have that protective layer right there. So now we have our template laid out, basically ready to start cutting, dude. I'm just using a regular old jigsaw, and as you guys seen, whenever we cut these pieces out, this foam just makes it so much easier to cut on, because whenever you cut stuff with a jigsaw, like on a, I don't know, like horses or something, the material's flopping around and everything, this foam makes it so much easier because it's sitting on here flat, and then this is thick enough for the blade to pass through. It just makes your life so much easier, man. If you can find this foam, I got this at Home Depot years ago, and I've used it 1,000 times. But let's get to cutting. Lexan windows, but they are not finished yet. Nope, they sure as hell are not. There's a very important step to making these windows look complete, to making them look right, that I've seen a lot of people skip for whatever reason. You would think, hell yeah, these are done, right? Just put them up here and it's all finished, right? Screw them down, yada yada, but hell freaking no, man. What do factory windows have that make them look normal? This black edge going around. So we're gonna have to do that. But first, I'm gonna show you guys how to clean up your cut, because whenever you cut these things out, I don't care how steady your hand is, there's gonna be some little waves and stuff in it. So we're gonna go ahead and clean these up first, and then we'll get to doing the black trim. Now, obviously, take your time when you're cutting. You want to try to follow your line as straight as you possibly can, so that your windows aren't all curvy and just weird and look like crap, you know what I mean? So if you take your time, you can get them to look pretty good without having to actually do this step. But I like to go back and try to get them as perfectly straight as possible, so it has a professional clean look to it, you know what I'm saying? But what we're going to be doing is taking the DA sander. I have 120 grit sandpaper on here right now, and then I'm just going to be going across my cut, just long fast motions, just to kind of smoothen out the cut, because there are really, these look pretty damn good, but you can use this to round the edges. Like this corner right here, it's supposed to have a little bit of a round edge to it, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the sander around that edge, and then you can go around these areas here and just get them a little bit tighter and just basically clean up your cut, man. That's the whole point of this step here. So I know not everybody has access to a compressor and a DA sander at home, so if you don't have access to those things, just take your time when you're cutting. Try to make your cuts as straight as possible, and if there is a little bit of cleanup, maybe you can try to use a file, you know what I'm saying? Just a long flat file, and just file at it and try to make it look a little bit cleaner after you're done cutting. But as for me, I'm gonna start sanding, get these things cleaned up so that we can move on to our next step. So now I went around both windows with 120, and I got the cuts all cleaned up to a point to where I'm happy with it. Now I'm gonna do one last pass, bro. I'm gonna switch from 120 grit. This is what I was using to shape everything and make it look cleaner. Now I'm switching over to a 320 grit just to smoothen everything out, make it look even better. So what I'm going over this with the 320 grit, I'm not just leaving it flat, bro. I want to actually go over it. You kind of do this edge, and then you do the flat edge, and then you do the bottom edge. You know what I'm saying? And whenever you're doing that, you're getting rid of the sharp edge right here, and you're kind of beveling it a little bit. It just gives it a better feel and a better look. Makes it look a little bit more professionally done. So now I am ready to get the windows up here on the car. I'm gonna put them on here temporarily so I can figure out where it is I want my holes, because there's many options on actually attaching it to the car. You can go ahead and silicone glue them on the same way the factory windows are on there. You can put them on with rivets. The thing I don't like about rivets is it pulls it really, really tight, bro. And then it gives the window like more of a wavy look. Like, it's gonna have a wavy look. There's no avoiding that, whether you use screws or rivets, but the rivets make it 10 times worse, bro. So I like to use screws like I did on my car. We're gonna be using screws on Junior's car, but another option that you can do is if you get industrial Velcro. And what you would do is actually just attach one side of the Velcro on the car, attach the other side of the Velcro on the window, and then Velcro them on here. I have never done it that way myself. I've seen it done and it works really well. You would think they'd blow off, but you have to get industrial Velcro, and that stuff, it's not gonna blow off, bro, believe me. If you're going for that cleaner look where you don't want a bunch of exposed hardware, that's what it is that you would want to do. But we're going for the exposed hardware look. Junior likes the way that my car looks. These are actually those security style screws with the little beauty washer on the back, and that's what I used on mine. Basically, I want to get the window mounted on here, and then I'm gonna drill all of the holes in the Lexan before we actually paint. That way, when we're drilling the holes, we don't have to worry about messing up our paint, you know what I'm saying? And how we'll be doing that is the rolled tape technique. What you want to do is just put the tape on one edge. Tape this one edge down, and then peel the rest of the tape up and wrap it over, and you're gonna tape the tape back onto itself. Just like that. You're basically creating double-sided tape, but it's like a tube. We're gonna make pieces like that, enough that we can go all the way around the window sill right here. So there's our rolled tape going all the way around the windowsill. So what I'm gonna do is take both sheets now once again, and I'm gonna line them up and tape them together so they can't move around. Sometimes you gotta make do with what you got, man. I found a paper clip and I bent it at 3/4 of an inch. So now I can go ahead and just set this up here, put my Sharpie inside of that loop, and then just follow around the edge of the material with the Sharpie, leaving the line on there. And that line is gonna represent the center mark where we're gonna drill a hole for all of our screws. So that way, whenever they get on the car, you look at it, the screws will be all nice and straight in line with one another, and it won't be all crooked and look like shit. So I like to use something as a spacer whenever I'm marking my holes, just to make sure everything's gonna be the same. It's all gonna be like evenly spaced. My car, the screws are spaced 4 inches apart. So I figured I'd go ahead and keep it around the same for Junior's car. My little sticker squeegee for vinyl, this is 4 inches wide. So I'm using this and I'm going through and just using this to mark my lines where I'm gonna drill my holes for the screws. So then I know that each one of them are gonna be the same gap in between. Bad news, we lost sunlight. Good news, got the windows all screwed on, so now our holes are actually drilled. I like doing that before doing the paint and everything, because it means you're less likely to mess the paint up after you actually do it. So now I'm gonna go inside and mark them once again with the Sharpie. And you see, this is the reason why I put the tape on the backside. So now whenever I mark, the Sharpie's gonna actually stand out a lot more against this green tape than what it did with this little protective plastic that comes on the Lexan. All right, I marked it. I didn't record it because it's really dark in there and you can't see a damn thing. So now I get to take all the windows back off again. All right, now both windows are marked. That is our line where it is. We're gonna be painting this section right here black. But as you can see, because of the metal in there, it's all really jagged. But what I'm gonna be doing is using my 2 straight edges here. I'll basically line this up with that black mark, and then I'm gonna cut it out with my razor blade knife right along the straight edge. So then our lines will be straight. I'll be able to do the straight lines like that with the straight edge, but these rounded corners, I'm gonna have to just carefully cut them by hand and connect the straight lines for the most part. Then we'll peel this section off, exposing the Lexan on the back. So now on both windows, I got the edge cut out and I have the section exposed that we're gonna be painting black. So now what I'm gonna do is go back with this little sanding pad. It's basically like the same roughness as like a Scotch-Brite pad, just I don't have a damn Scotch-Brite pad right now. So I'm gonna be using this, just going around doing a light scuff on this exposed area, just so that the paint has something to bind through. Now remember, we're painting the back side. What you're gonna actually see is the front side that's on the outside of the car, but these scuff marks that we're gonna leave behind by sanding it is actually going to be filled in by the paint. You're not even going to see them, but it will help with the paint sticking to it, because we don't want to just flake off and fall off, you know what I'm saying? So I already wiped these down really quick with just regular old alcohol. You want it to be clean, scuff it up, get all the dust off, and then I'm going to be painting it. Normally I would use my spray gun and just mix some paint up. I wanted to be lazy. I had him go pick up some spray cans. My God, boy, would you look at that? It's almost like we know what we're doing around here, you know what I'm saying? Man, look at them damn windows. Well, there it is, dude. That's how you fabricate some Lexan windows for your car. Now, basically, this works for really anything, man. You just make your template and you just follow those steps and that's it. But we also are going to attempt to make a rear window. Not in this video, but this one is definitely going to be a lot more difficult since being the window doesn't have a frame. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be honest, I don't know 100% how to do this, but I do have some ideas, in which I'm gonna be trying it out probably in the next week or so, so keep an eye out for that. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Tomorrow when the sun comes up, I'm gonna give you guys a better look at the windows, of course, at the end of the video. If you liked it, smash the like button, dude. Peace.